Hey everyone, hope you're enjoying your Saturday. I did promise to do a little video on how to DIY a face mask. So there's a lot of talk around whether or not a face mask helps, but the fact that the COVID virus is spread through contact of the virus in the little droplets that are contaminated, that live on a variety of different surfaces that we may come into contact with, or even just being out and about and walking around where there's droplets in the air hanging out. And really not just the COVID-19 virus, but it could be the influenza virus. And it's cold and flu season right now. And there's a lot of things that I'm doing to protect myself by boosting my immunity and taking herbal supplements and certain vitamin nutrients that have shown to boost immunity. But I felt like since there's some statistics out there that we as humans tend to touch our face 80 to 90 times a day, that's a lot. And when we're out and about, we're touching all kinds of things, and we don't really know what's on these surfaces and how long viruses can hang out. And there's a lot of asymptomatic people out there walking around where they may be contagious. And so if we're wearing gloves or not wearing gloves, there's still surfaces there that if you absentmindedly touch your face, you're actually transferring that dirt, those droplets that have the viruses in there, and you're putting it on the surface of your face. You could be touching your mouth or your nose or even your eyes tons of times throughout the day and transferring these viruses. So even though there's some discussion about masks not helping, I really feel like this does help. And these little DIY masks made out of fabric can be washed, after a day of use or after you go out to the grocery store to go buy goods that you need. Just wash this and let it hang dry. But I went to the fabric store the other day when non-essentials were still, non-essential retailers were still allowed to be opened. And you don't need to go to the fabric store if you have these little things at home that you can make these masks with. And it doesn't have to be this fancy, but I like fancy. I like sparkles. I like a little blingy bling. I like little fun things. I like color. So I wanted to have some fun. I wanted to feel like I was doing something to protect myself. And so I made this little DIY mask, and I spray it down with antiviral spray, or I did the other day when I wore it. And so this is how it goes. It just slips on really easily. And I've got a little eyelet here that it connects to. And I've got a little comfortable little nose guard, and it hugs my face. And as I was constructing this the other day, I kind of figured out as I went, but you just need a piece of fabric. It just needs to be a square. This is actually a bandana. You can use a handkerchief. You can use some fabric from a t-shirt. You just need a square. On a bandana, these edges are finished, so I'm going to fold over the unfinished edges, and I'm going to do sort of this fold over where it's not completely even at the edge. And then I fold this part in like this, where these almost match up. And then I do a little ruching here where I fold this up. So it actually creates a little bit of a crease here. And you're going to need a little, where's my pin? A little pin, so you can pin it and keep it in place. And then I take this little edge here, down here, and I ruche it up again like this. Do another ruching, so you've got some little layers here. And then I pin that. I do it on the other side, and I fold this over like this. So these all almost match. And then I ruche it here, I pin it, and then I ruche it here, and I pin it. So now you've got the makings of a mask like this. And then you can attach any string. This one's stretchy, it's going to make it comfortable. And then what I did is I sewed it down at the bottom part. And then I put on this little eyelet that's got a catch on it. And I measured these out. This actually attaches because I sewed it onto the end here. Creates a little loop. And then on the back side, I took this stretchy string, if you will, and attached these two corners that are on the inside. And then I layered on some little fun things, some little flowers, and some little crystals that I had. And you can use really anything that you want. If you want, like if you like buttons, you can do little buttons. If you have a little sewing kit, and you can do a whole button mask. You can pick any color of fabric you want. You can do an old t-shirt that has graphic. This is just a remnant. It's kind of shiny. And then I picked out this lace cloth. It's ironable. You can put this on any kind of fabric. You cut out any kind of shape you want, and you iron it on, and it's permanent. You can wash it. And so basically what you're going to need are those pieces. You're going to obviously need fabric scissors. You're going to need some glue. And you're going to need a needle and a spool of thread. I chose black because the fabric is black. And I just sat here and I stitched this corner to create the ruching. And I stitched this little part here to create the ruching. I stitched this on here, and I attached the little eyelet connector, and I sewed those little guys on, and I sewed this on the back side. And so now I've got a cute little, and then on the back side I just sewed this on as well. It's a little stretchy. Now you got your mask. And again, you can just wash it after you use it, make it all clean. But I got little blingity blings. I got my cute little flowers, cute little graphic, and it hugs your face. It's super comfortable. I can still breathe, and this is comfortable. And there you have it. It's your DIY mask. Woohoo!